Hey everybody, welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
I'm Tiffany.
This is a show where we take 3 books from our long boxes and then compare them based on a bunch of criteria that you don't know anything about. And we're going to tell you which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly by the end of it. This theme, Bat cameos. Batman appearing in other people's books. And then, as it seems with all of them, dwarfing the main character entirely. So let's jump into the first one we have is Swamp Thing, number 53. The Man of Steel, number 3, and Martian Manhunter, number 22. So tell us about Man of Steel, by the way, a little context for this. This is part of the miniseries that gives you kind of like a flashback to what post-crisis Superman's all about.
Thank you.
It also explains post-crisis Batman.
I was like, I'm sorry, we're living in a world right now where Batman and Superman don't know each other? Okay.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, this is right after Crisis.
I remembered a little bit about what you said about that, so I was like, I think, this is, because we talked about how, like, they weren't friends.
Yes.
Yes.
And
this is influenced
But they
by
know
Dark
each
Knight.
other.
Yeah, right.
They were aware of each other.
They were aware of
The
them.
first meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is written by John Byrne with art by John Byrne.
So Batman's beating this guy up. He's just some 2-bit thug, but he has a connection to something that Batman is investigating.
Yep.
8 people have died, so it's
Serious.
pretty serious.
It's quite serious. I mean, 8 people have died.
8 people are dead, which
mean,
happens all the time.
I was going to say, it's Gotham.
So
like,
it's not bad, actually.
Yeah. But it's just like a
Yeah,
like
this is
a
8
normal
people
story.
additionally.
Yes.
It's not like the Joker's murdered like 100 people.
No.
It's like a lower level threat
Yep.
that Batman's dealing with.
only 8 people.
Yeah.
This
Only
is a
8.
good Wednesday.
Yeah, that's not bad
For
in
Gotham. Yeah. He throws
trash in his face.
in Batman's face.
By the way, the trash is disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
It's so well drawn. It's just like banana peels and muck.
It's like what
and
Muckman's
mold.
made out of.
Yeah.
Honestly, taken out of context, that looks like Batman's rubbing trash in his face.
It
If
does.
you just took that panel.
He's like, pull it down.
I gotta get in the role.
Yeah.
I hear this
Matches
is good for your
Malone.
skin. It's a couple of beauty YouTubers who say I should do this.
We get lots of great Batman talking to himself as he pursues this fellow.
Yeah.
Whose name I forgot.
Legit talking to himself,
Yeah.
not thinking.
No, not thought balloons. Word
what he's
balloons.
saying?
Bruno
Speech
or
balloons.
something?
So as he's pursuing Bull, Superman swoops in, grabs his rope,
Yep, his bat
and
line.
just carries him off.
Because
Goodbye.
Batman was beating a man senseless.
Yeah. He
guess.
was committing a crime. Like, that is...
And Superman
vigilante.
demonstrates just how powerless Batman really is.
Right,
Yes.
but Superman also demonstrates how little he knows about anything that's happening in the world.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, you're not allowed to beat people
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Hey.
he's very naive.
Yeah, well, he's wet behind the ears. This is
Yes.
young
Well,
Superman.
he's just like, what do you mean you're stopping a criminal? What is this crime that you speak of?
Yeah. Yeah, what did he do? Like, he looked at you the wrong way?
I thought we helped old ladies cross the street and got kittens out of trees.
Yeah.
Or leap tall buildings. There's one.
Such
not a
Boy
crime.
Scout.
No, it's just fun. It's great for calisthenics too.
So they debate one another, and then Batman lets go, and Superman's like, "What? He'll die though." And then
And he looks down and Batman's gone.
he's gone. Where
It's
did he
like,
go?
Oh my god. Well, he couldn't have flown. I didn't think he had powers.
Yeah, that's right. None of my research on him indicated that he had powers.
Which also proves that Superman is a great detective.
Oh, yeah,
well,
big time.
And he doesn't figure out, and we don't figure out how Batman got out of that. But I guess he glided with his cape. I don't really know.
Well, it doesn't matter.
He's
Well,
Batman.
It's Batman.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
he used.
He just
Batman.
used another grappling hook.
Byrne
Probably.
didn't want to
Probably.
waste time explaining.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's competent. He's effective. So Superman finds him.
Well, it turns out he's just behind him.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm over here.
Oh!
Oh, you. And
Yeah. So then
wanna jump in?
Batman is basically saying like, look, you can't stop me, and if you try and stop me, if you scan my body, you'll realize that there's some sort of remote on me, and there's a bomb on someone inside of Gotham.
Yep.
And if you stop me,
Well, if you
it'll blow up
if
and
you
I'll die.
come near
it's
me and
even more
grab me.
complicated because it's like
There's a force
there's
field around him.
There's a Superman detecting force field around me. So if Superman comes within whatever distance of me,
It's like half a foot probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you touch me.
if you touch me, you'll set off the bomb and kill a random person.
By the
An
way,
innocent person.
An innocent.
you had this already set up.
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, because
Right.
he was.
It's
he
not like
did- I
Batman
did
was
my
in
research.
Metropolis and he knew he was going to bump into Superman. This is literally just like, I have it on. When I found out
Yeah.
about Superman, I have this
When
on.
I found out there
I'm like,
was a Superman.
Yep.
I always had to be
invented
ready.
it, put it on.
I kind of get the feeling it's not necessarily a tool to Superman, even if he says that. He's just like, well, I mean, I use this for anybody. Like, if anybody showed up and I didn't want to deal
and grabs
with them,
me.
I'd be like, don't.
Is this the start of like Batman's prepared for everything?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Because it is like a hyper specific Superman tailored eventuality.
Yeah.
And Superman has a huge problem with this. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you put a bomb on an innocent person inside
Yeah.
Gotham? You're a monster. You can't do this.
He calls him
But
an
at the same
inhuman
time,
monster.
I can't stop you.
Yeah.
Right.
You've checkmated me.
Right.
All right,
I know,
well, I
I'll
guess I'll
use my
hear you
solar
out.
flare to destroy you.
No,
It wasn't invented
doesn't
yet.
happen yet. So then Batman makes his case. And
Right.
it was what he was trying to do. He's like, I need to stop him so that I can
Yeah.
To talk to
reason with him and explain that like Gotham's different.
Yeah.
We have to do things different here than you do in Metropolis because it's a different kind of city. Not because I'm not Superman and I can't do what you do, but because my city itself is fundamentally different.
Yeah.
I guess the implication being like, even you would operate differently if you were here.
Right.
Right.
That's fair.
Because it's so bad. So bad.
or at least intricate.
As we will find out, yeah.
That is so intricate.
And indeed it is.
Yeah. So a jewelry store owner opens up his shop in the morning and goes over to a case and realizes that the jewels are missing, but they've been replaced by these tiny metal balls. And he goes to inspect it, and they just blow the entire store apart.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey, did you see that ad for Vigilante?
Yeah.
What a great book.
Wow. Looks awesome.
What a
That
great
looks
character.
so cool.
So this is told in flashbacks, by the way. This is Batman explaining the 8 deaths that have recently occurred.
Yeah.
The next tale he tells Superman is what is this one? It's a diamond exchange where a gas bomb was left in place of a diamond.
Yep.
So it's a theme.
yeah.
Shiny things are being stolen. They're replaced by bombs.
Yeah, precious things.
Right.
There was another one, rare stones and gems, an acid instead spewed out and burned their face.
Obviously, either Gollum or a dragon is loose in the city somewhere.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figure it's
Better get
Mr.
on
Freeze. He needs all the diamonds to
To
power
fuel
his
his
suit.
Oh
suit.
God!
That's
Except the
Xander
next
too.
one is
Yeah.
a expensive chess set where the Rook expels razor blades, which somehow kills someone. 3, in fact, it kills 3 people. I don't know if it's a giant Rook. He was saying my investigations into these crimes led me to the guy who you just let escape.
Yeah.
So good job. And then we were introduced to the mastermind behind this plot, Magpie.
That's not a dragon.
No.
No.
No, but
Much less.
it is a golem.
It is a creature.
Yeah. I love Magpie.
Magpie is
so
insane.
crappy.
She is the worst.
Every time that they use her, I'm like, oh no.
She may be the worst in terms of like actual villainness.
Yeah.
But we get some interesting stuff from her.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for her to come back, either Tom King or Scott Snyder to latch
Come
on
on.
to her. And
She does. They used her. And I think Jeff Loeb used her in the Batman Superman crossover series from like the early 2000s.
we haven't seen her in a while though.
I know.
Yeah.
So they're hiding out in their base,
Yeah.
and Bull comes back, and she's like, "You had a chance to stop Batman, and you blew it."
Yeah. She tells him he should have not resisted and just told Batman a lie about where they are to send him on a wild goose chase.
fair point.
Which is like, that's a pretty good point.
I'm actually surprised they don't do that all the time.
Right. I guess
Who do you
Batman
work
would
for?
say like
I work
would-
for Commissioner Gordon.
This goes far-reaching.
Oh
I'll
my
have to
God.
investigate Gordon, and he spends like 6 months on like a thing that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I'm sure he'd be like, I can tell when you're lying.
Yeah.
Right. I have a field that detects lies from people who.
But she
make-
thinks
Don't
that
touch
would
me.
have worked.
And if you lie, someone you know will blow up.
So she punishes him by sticking dynamite in his mouth and
Yeah.
lighting it on fire.
She calls it the Happy Birthday.
yeah.
She's a Looney Tunes character.
Here's the first birthday boy.
Yeah, first birthday boy. All right.
Yeah. And someone in the background even says, "Not happy birthday."
Oh God!
Yeah, like literally, she's like the link between the Warner Brothers
Yes.
crossover comics and DC.
Well,
That
and
is
the
the
Joel
best.
Schumacher Batman
Yeah.
movie.
She even has an animal name.
Yeah,
Yeah. And hair that looks like a bird's wings outstretched.
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause
Pretty
she's
impressive.
a magpie.
Because she's a magpie, you see.
And all the pretty things have to be
Oh
hers.
yeah, we get a moment of her breaking down like, I must have the pretty things, all the pretty things. So you can see that she's like disturbed.
Yeah.
And that's how she's like Gollum. It's her precious.
Yeah. And I have to leave behind elaborate traps that kill people too, because reasons.
Well, no, she's just like, well, I mean, like, I just trade things with them. It's a fair trade. I mean, just
a
because they
fair
kill
trade.
them, it's
It's just
not
that
my
it blasts
fault.
acid in the
Not my
face.
fault.
It's not my fault that I spent hours building those things specifically to kill people.
Fine, this is totally fair trade.
Yeah.
I
It's
like-
also not my fault if like I want goods and services and instead of giving them money, I shoot them.
Yeah.
right?
It can't be helped.
Clearly, her henchmen are with her because she's hot,
Oh yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
shows up the goods. I mean,
right?
it's
Like,
Yeah.
transparent.
they're like, they get there, they're like, this is bad.
This
You
is
know
bad,
what?
but you know what? Sorry.
Was that them going crazy?
No, that's them
Yeah,
motorboating.
no, that was
They
them.
can't, no.
Yeah, that was them
Can't put that in there.
shoving their face in her cleavage and
Can't-
shaking
we
their head back
can't
and
do
forth.
Yeah, that's inadvisable.
Superman just heard an explosion. He used
And,
powers.
and a woman laughing afterwards.
Yeah. Do they hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he-
Sounds like a woman laughing. That's right. That's. I guess that's how Batman knows it was her.
Right.
Says she struck again. So they rush off.
Take us there. It takes them a full minute.
Yeah.
It takes them a full minute. So I guess Superman was like holding back.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Which is like, yeah, but lives are at stake. Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't want to make this guy
well,
feel bad.
This isn't my city. I mean, like, he should go first.
Yeah.
I'm the guest.
Yeah.
Right. After you.
I'm respectful.
I'm sorry, you're having me fly us there? Well, I don't want to go too fast.
Superman
you're
does
a mere
get there
mortal.
first.
He gets. Does he get there first?
I thought
You
he
see
was,
him leaving ahead of him.
He
but,
does blast through the wall first.
Well, yes. You mean inside?
Well,
Yes.
Batman's like, no, you blast through the wall. I don't.
I'll go through the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah. I'll go
I'm
around.
gonna go through the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut off their escape. So Superman, he busts in.
It's literally just they're happening upon the happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the happy birthday that thus showing you how easily Superman could clean up Gotham.
and there's bits of smoldering bull
Oh
the
yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Yeah.
while she's cackling.
It looks like smoke, but it has to be pieces of him because
Yeah.
where else would it come from?
Yeah.
I adore
Gross.
her face as he comes in. Like, she's just like,
Hmm?
what?
What?
She did not expect this.
Yeah.
And I love that she's like, it's Superman! Minions, shoot him!
Blast
and one
him.
of is like, okay, boss, because you just blew a guy's head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll totally.
Professor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
And the other guy's like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
The guy just burst through a wall. No.
I'm going to jail.
So he tries to flee, but Batman stops him.
Her.
Does he? No, he grabs the guy. As
Oh,
he's
there's
escaping.
a guy. Sorry. I'm
Yeah, the guy that tries to get away, Batman. That's where Batman was.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
like, nope.
getting him.
You're not getting
right.
away.
Yep. And then she beats Batman. Because she sets off a trap that would have killed him if Superman hadn't been
No,
there.
he would have like used his grappling
Or a
hook
gas
that Batman
mask.
wouldn't have,
Or
that
something.
Superman wouldn't have broken.
I
you know?
You would have
guess.
done something.
Yeah.
But Superman doesn't know that, so he thinks he has to waste time saving these people by inhaling the gas, flying into space, and
Blowing
spewing it out.
Yeah.
And we have to know that space is safe because when he
Yes.
spews it out, it crystallizes
Yes.
and renders it inert.
He thinks to himself that he can see it becoming inert by with his microscopic vision. So don't
that-
worry.
So that like satellites aren't poisoned. It's fine.
Or creatures that live in space, I
Yeah.
guess, because he would know that they're real.
He's done this with fire, and he has not thought nary a thing about it
Yeah.
No.
before. But
It's just it goes to show like how insanely responsible Superman is. Even space.
Annoyingly
got-
responsible.
Yeah, annoyingly responsible.
this is why he wouldn't be able to clean up Gotham. He'd be like
Right.
taking 20 minutes longer than he needs to defeat villains.
Yep.
he goes back.
Yep. He goes back, but Magpie has made her escape.
I don't understand how though. It's not like Batman went with Superman.
I think he was keeping tabs on the other two dudes or something.
Yes.
Well, I think it's just
while she was escaping while Superman was inhaling.
Right.
So it took a little while, and
got
until he was
away
done,
under the
Batman couldn't
cloud.
do
She
anything.
was probably on the other side of the cloud.
Yeah.
So Batman had to wait for the cloud to be gone.
Yeah.
And then hang out at the
And
guys.
the door was right there,
Yeah.
and I'm sure he tried to find her, but she was.
He also grabbed evidence.
I'm sorry, he got what?
Evidence
Where,
And how does he
what's
analyze it?
with science.
Which it's not a lie. He does.
This is what happens. Yes.
Yeah, this is literally what happens in the book, which it shows you what Batman does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He finds a fiber.
Yeah, he has a crime lab in his trunk, which he describes as one of the most advanced such labs in the state.
Yeah.
Such labs being that of in a trunk.
Yes. One of the only trunk-mounted
many
labs
of these labs are in the state?
in whatever state we are in.
Do you,
Yeah.
know, do you know how many cars I have with labs in them? But this is one of the more
Yeah,
advanced.
Yeah.
the most advanced one is also mine, but
Yes.
it's in a different car. So what he got was some sort of fabric
Yep.
that he analyzes and determines it's 5,000 years old.
Superman's like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
And he's
She
like,
can't be 5,000 years old. Look at that
yeah,
rack.
he's like, she doesn't seem 5,000 years old.
Oh my God.
Superman's like,
It's a
cool.
museum, you rube.
I get why there's still crime in Metropolis.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Oof.
He kindly says, doesn't seem too likely, does it?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me give you a
Play along.
softball.
All
Yeah.
right, I mean, you could crush my head like a grape, so
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, no, good point,
Yeah.
Superman.
Wow.
Counterpoint. Maybe it's a mummy.
So they go
Thank God
to
you're
the
here,
museum.
Or a
and-
tapestry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a mummy. She's there. She's in the museum. Batman shows up. And then Superman shows up. And he takes off her wig, revealing she was old man McGillicuddy the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it was a hairpiece.
Yeah.
Didn't look
That's
like it, but
weird.
all right.
Yeah, well,
Listen, can you
because she's
imagine
got
how
all
much
this
styling that would
hair.
take?
That's true. It takes a lot of work.
She
has a
looks
bald
like
cap
she's
and hair.
bald with one piece of hair sticking out the top and the sides, but then you find out, no, she has a full head of blonde hair.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the wig is like this big. Like, he grabs it in his hand and there's just a few pieces sticking out the sides. Like, that's not the same thing she
Most
was
of it could be
wearing.
in his fist. Doesn't matter. he de-wigs her, and then
Yeah.
that makes her fall apart.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just breaks down.
Oh no, I'm not pretty anymore.
Yeah, I can't have the pretty things. Pretty.
Like what?
And it's just so that, like, they could say that, like, they feel bad for her.
Yes.
Superman is like, okay,
You can have them.
this is
Yeah.
Are
Wow.
most of them like this?
That's
Oh
insane.
no, this is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not
I'm
like...
gonna go punch Metallo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Superman says, I can't help feel sorry for her. Batman says, she's not a real criminal. She's just a crazy person.
We have a lot of those.
Yeah.
We have crazy. We also have criminals here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I have to deal with.
Right.
Yeah. And he explains, actually, I guess he's been studying her. She was a little girl. She loved pretty things too much. She was taunted and turned into this.
Yes.
She was called a magpie by her
Right,
classmates
like-
because her
Yes.
name is Maggie or
Yeah.
Margaret or
But
something.
like we don't kick her ass. Like that's the whole
Right.
thing.
I'm not going to, like, beat her to death.
Yeah,
But
and that's
I
not what
do
I
feel
feel.
worse
Right,
for her
but, like,
victims
I
than
did that
for
with
her.
Bull.
Yeah, Bull is muscle. I gotta punch him.
Yeah.
I can do that.
He knows better.
Well, he is a
Exactly.
criminal.
Yeah,
he
is a
To steal, and he's taking advantage of the situation. In a
Yeah.
sense.
She just manipulated him into crime. She's not...
No,
like
I
a-
think a lot. I think a
criminal.
lot of times, like they're just like, I want to steal.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, whatever.
What's the
What's your
outfit?
gimmick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have money?
Right.
So the cops show up and take her away.
Yep. That's... Yeah. And then the book ends. I mean...
Well, the two of them like cement their bond,
Yeah.
and Batman reveals who
Yeah.
the bomb was attached to.
Because
Yes.
they weren't finished. They're like, all right, that's been taken care of.
You're going
but
to
you're
jail,
still
Batman."
going to jail because you strapped a bomb to an innocent citizen in Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman's like, oh.
Checkmate, though. The bomb was on me the whole time.
Oh.
Wait, wait.
Oh,
So
you're
you
all
would have
right.
died if I had touched you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I trust you.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't you have felt like a real asshole?
Oh well, now I feel like shit.
Yeah.
that's
now get
right.
out.
Get out of my
Bye.
city.
Yep. I guess you're right. Gotham is different. It does require different
Gotham is
methods.
different. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
And you're a crazy man.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
place makes me feel bad. I'm gonna go back to my shining city where everyone thinks I'm great.
Everything's complicated here. A man who, like, beats people for fun just, like, made me question everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the city where they have a whole newspaper dedicated to how great I am.
Don't you have a chick that you find and you grab her and you fly up in the sky and you make out with her a little bit?
No,
And
I
then she
have
writes articles about you?
As we've established, I cannot fly.
I have a chick who steals things, and then we quit back and forth, but I can never love her because she's a criminal.
Superman just,
He just floats like Homer into the bushes.
Yes.
But Batman makes a reference
Anyway.
to the crisis.
Yes, that's right. He thinks they're so different. Well, he says he's a remarkable man, and in a different reality, I might have called him friend.
I might have called him super friend.
Like pre-crisis, we might have
Yes,
been the world's
before-
finest team.
Before
Oh,
the thing
the world's
that unmade
finest, you
reality.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And it's
Well,
just
there you go.
you're basically seeing the first post-crisis meeting of Batman
Yeah.
and Superman.
So-
Also, there's a great ad for Batman Year One, which is coming out.
Here's what I don't understand.
They have no idea how awesome it's going to be.
How is this a Superman book with Batman as a cameo since they're in Gotham?
they're in Gotham, and it's all about
Superman goes to
Batman.
Gotham.
Yeah, he goes. He has an adventure in Gotham.
That's a cameo. This is a book called Man of Steel. Batman is not in Man of Steel 1, 2, or 4.
Yep. But you got Batman in your book. He's going to play a major role. He's
Yeah.
Batman.
Exactly. In Martian Manhunter, number 22, written by John Ostrander with art by Tom Mandrake, Jean and his partner go to Gotham. This is another flashback book that's about like the early days of Batman and the early days of the Martian Manhunter, which is kind of neat. But we see a dude plummet from a tall building and Batman's there.
yeah.
Whoa.
And you're like,
Awesome.
oh, and he does look
Oh, he
awesome.
threw that guy.
Because Spectre artist Tom Mandrake is drawing Batman.
Yeah, he knows how to draw a cape.
He sure does. There are these two cops, these two out-of-city policemen who show up. One is named John Jones, and the other one is Diane Mead, his partner.
Yeah.
And two of them work together. She's, by the book, and he usually disappears and becomes Martian Manhunter.
He's a loose canon cop who's
Yep.
afraid of fire and could read your mind.
Big time. So they talk about how like maybe Batman killed Diane Mead's brother.
Who was the guy who fell?
Who's the
from
guy who fell?
building.
That's the idea. Is that like they're like Diane takes it personally, and she's like, I'm gonna crack this case. I'm gonna bring my.
Because
Where's
they
she
think
from?
it's a suicide.
Yeah.
Like, it's been all been
Well, it's been
reported as-
ruled as a suicide.
Yeah, she's like, there's no way.
That sounds dirty.
And Batman is culpable because while he didn't throw him off, he didn't
was there.
save him either.
Well, he was physically there. They established that he tried to save him.
Yeah.
So like what you said.
I don't have to save.
But like, Gordon reveals that like before he was splatted on the sidewalk, he was beaten as well. The coroner report said that he was like beaten
Right.
up first.
Yeah.
And they're like, why wasn't that in the report? And he's like, because Gotham's a really crappy, corrupt place.
You're gonna learn that.
Yeah, you're gonna figure that out as you wander around my city aimlessly.
Or if you talk to anyone on the precinct other than me.
But
You're going to find, as you go out there, that Gotham is a corrupt cesspool of which I am police captain. But take no responsibility.
yeah, so they leave, and you know, she's like, I don't believe it. And John's like, you shouldn't, because I read his mind. I mean, I really don't believe it either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and solve this mystery without you. And she's like, God damn it.
I'm gonna go for a walk
Right.
Yeah.
without you.
For like the rest of the time I'm in the book. And she's like you always do. Cool.
Well, it always solves the case, so okay.
So Jean has read Gordon's mind. He knows that Batman was involved, or at the very least that he was there at the
Yeah, and
night.
that he and Gordon are friends because Gordon denies that he
Have a
has
relationship
He's
with
like, I don't even know if he's real.
Because he has to
Yeah.
do
He's
that.
an urban legend.
Yeah.
You're lying.
So Jean approximates what he thinks Batman looks like.
Even though
or
he can read Batman or Gordon's mind.
I guess the Gordon's only seen him in shadow
Yeah,
or something.
it's actually pretty spectacular.
Yeah, his version of Batman is a literal Batman.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually 100% accurate except for his...
Giant bat head.
Yeah,
And it's flesh colored.
and it's ridiculous. Like that's
Bat belt?
Yes.
Is the belt
Well,
too
it's like
big?
his
Yeah.
prominent utility belt, which is also themed.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
his like cool like silver bracers. The suit is great. You can see it on the screen right now. Mead actually does real police work.
Yes.
She goes to the TV studio where they're reporting on Bruce Wayne and how like all these different like buildings and cesspools are being bought up by Wayne Enterprises. The area is called Murder Alley, which I think is awesome.
Yep.
We don't want to go down that road.
Because like you got Crime Alley, but not the same alley as Murder Alley.
There's a
Well,
crime
Murder
and
Alley
a
is-
murder
Is
alley?
there also like Graft Street? Like, I don't know.
It's real bad. Murder Alley is the place you never want to talk about.
But
you
like,
really don't want to go to the slaughter warehouse.
no, you don't. But we run into Mags, who runs the TV studio, and they have like an agenda that they're spinning about like Wayne and everything. She meets up with Mags, and she like interviews him, and he's like all smiles and suits, so he's obviously corrupt.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, so like she asks him about her brother, and he's like, he's a good kid, I knew him, and I liked him, and you know what, I think probably Bruce Wayne killed him.
Yeah, because he stumbled onto something.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
found out about something that was going on with those buildings that we were reporting just a minute ago.
Yeah.
And it's interesting
Maybe
because
we should
like
look into that.
Wayne's buying up all these things, but then they're burning down.
I know.
Yeah,
So
why
maybe
they
what he's
burn it
doing is
down?
he's gentrifying the neighborhood. So she's like, well, that's a good point. Maybe I should go interview Bruce Wayne. He's like, yes, you should. Get out. So then some folks are getting roughed up, and then Jean's Batman shows up, and he horrifies everyone, which is also kind of fun because, by the way, this is definitely Ostrander retconning how Batman is ever considered an urban legend, because now there are reports of a literal Batman attacking people and taking bullets and turning intangible.
Yep.
And they're like, right on, because literally he attacks people, he stabs them through their hands with his little claws. He takes bullets and like he's fine. And then Batman shows up and he's like, what are you doing?
You're ruining everything.
You look ridiculous.
He's like, wait, no, keep doing it.
Yeah, right. Keep this
Wait,
up.
wait.
Wait. I'm gonna go away for like a week, but you keep doing this, and that should secure my legacy. But Jean's like, okay, whoa, hold on a minute. I know what you're thinking.
I look like a
I
Dracula.
look like a Dracula, but honest and I'm actually the Bronze Wraith, who's another like persona that Jean uses when he wants to like be a superhero.
But I don't want the people to know I'm a Martian.
Nope.
Yep.
So he's like, all right, Bronze Wraith, let's go to the like roof and we'll talk.
Let's talk about how dumb your name is.
Yes.
Yes. First things first.
So
That name sucks.
So he's like,
Bronze? So like, third?
Right. So I'm going in, so Jean's like, I'm investigating the death of Brian Mead, and he's like, oh, Brian Mead, that's a tough case. But Jean's probing his mind, and he sees the 3 suspects that Batman has already narrowed the search down to who killed this guy. And he goes, like, oh, maybe, and Jean's like asking leading questions to try and get more information, but not look like he's probing his mind. And Batman's like, you're reading my mind. And he leaves. This is a great sequence of like Batman being in the light, and he's like, you're a telepath, as he's like going further and further away from him. And then he just runs away, and Jean's like, damn, that guy's great. The whole issue is Jean being like, Batman is awesome. Dude like knew I was probing his mind, and then he bailed so that I couldn't probe it anymore. Fair enough. Also, like, he's cool. And he gave me a lead on those 3 guys that I should investigate.
And apparently he doesn't actually look like a bat.
No, he's apparently just a dude. So I can knock that off.
Yeah.
But I won't.
Time to not impersonate Batman anymore in this book.
Yeah.
No.
So
I think he suggests also that Batman is able to resist him a little bit.
Yes,
and that's impressive.
he has an iron will.
Yeah.
So Diane meets up with Mr. Beebe, or Beebe.
Yeah, I really couldn't figure that out. I said Beeb.
That's fair.
I say Beebe.
And Beebe is like, Mags is a dick. Bruce Wayne is on the up and up. He may be like a dullard, but what they're doing is cool. Like, they're helping people. They're selling the build. Like, they're making the buildings better and then giving them back to the people.
Yeah, well, that's what Wayne Industries is doing. He kind of condemns Bruce Wayne as being like
He's
a playboy moron.
Yeah, he's a figurehead. The money's
He's
good.
like, we're good people who are doing good things.
Exactly.
Don't look to Bruce
Don't
Wayne
go
for
talk
anything.
to Bruce Wayne because he might try to screw you.
Yeah.
He'd ruin the whole thing for him.
Exactly. So he goes,
Like he would show you in a
but he also warns her, like, Gotham's a dangerous place. Like, don't do what you just did with me with anybody.
Yeah.
Because, like, other people, probably like Mead, will try to kill you. I'm sorry, you're Mead. Like,
Mags.
Mags.
Yeah. Other people, like Mags, will almost definitely try to kill you.
Or one of the cops.
Yeah, right. So she's wandering around aimlessly in the middle of Gotham City, and she gets waylaid by a goon, if you will. And she wakes up in not one of the better areas of Gotham.
I'm amazed she woke up at all.
Somewhere near Murder Alley.
Right.
And
Between
Alley.
Crime and Murder Alley, there is not one of the better areas.
Oh, Kidnap Corner. Got it.
Yeah. So they go like, basically they say like, you shouldn't have messed with Mags, and now we're gonna like, we're burning these buildings down.
Yeah. I'm gonna explain.
I'm gonna explain the whole plan, and it's basically that like they're burning down the buildings that Wayne is buying.
Yeah.
I don't know why I told you. I could have just put a bullet in your head.
Because we're gonna kill you now. Because they need a
She
body
wants-
in one of the buildings.
She needs to die in the fire.
Yes, and
But
so
he's like, and I gotta tell somebody. I can't keep a secret.
right, I'm
gonna tell you because you're gonna die.
Yep.
So he goes to like kill her / burn the building down, and he is attacked by Batman, but not our Batman.
Right.
It's Jean as now accurate-looking Batman.
Yes.
Because he knows what he looks like now.
And he does a good job of like maintaining the urban legend thing, where he like stays in shadow, he takes bullets like a champ.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the Hood activates the bomb that we're going to set off in the building to set it on fire, which of course causes fire, which
Right.
cements the whole Batman isn't a living creature or some kind of monster, because he morphs into like a horror
First
show.
he kind of he melts and then turns into something completely different.
Yeah, but the fire. Jean Jones is susceptible to fire.
Apparently it makes
Right.
him melt. I did not know that.
Yeah, well, I think it's
terrified.
We're
I
seeing,
don't think he's able to keep his form.
we're seeing the like transformation in progress. He's not quite melting, but he's changing form.
Yeah, so this guy is going to be like, okay, so one time I fought Batman.
And he takes bullets like a champ, but fire makes him melt.
I don't know because I didn't stick around long enough. All I can tell you is he's not a man.
Yeah.
He is
All I'm
definitely,
saying is it was
not
like
human.
an acid trip.
I'm pretty sure he's from hell.
which is
He's a
why
hell
I'm
beast.
moving to Metropolis.
I think he's a demon. A demon knight.
Yeah, so Batman breaks in, he grabs Jean, he takes him out, he's like, okay, so explain yourself. You're green and you're like freaking out. And he's like, I'm a Martian. And he goes, and there's
All right,
you got me.
me.
Jig's up, I'm a Martian. And there's other people in there. So Batman's like, all right. So then he runs in there and he grabs him.
Fine.
I think the Hood gets away. Yeah, the Hood gets away.
Yeah.
So the Hood
He's not
bails.
just a hood, right? He's a corrupt cop.
He is.
Yeah.
But he breaks out of there and he's like, nah, nice job.
Nah.
And like pat on the back.
Well, the building's still on fire, so it's fine.
While Batman's in the building getting Diane, Jean decides to mess with this guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think he even makes it out of the building. I think we're seeing the mental.
he's outside.
Okay, because
he's
I
in
thought
the
it was that
alley or
like okay,
something.
but like Jean basically probes into this guy's mind and makes him think that like that Mead, the brother, is coming out of the like match that he lit to light his cigarette.
Yeah.
So now he's like this spectral, ghostly fireman.
Yeah.
And then encircles him in fire and he's like, burn forever. And he's like, ah! And then like
I'd like to think that wouldn't have happened normally to a criminal who's like, no, you tried to set me on fire. I'm going to set you on fire forever.
He definitely thinks he gets away because he's with Batman and Jean on the rooftop with Diane. And Batman's like, why is he freaking out? And Jean
Does he think
says,
he's on fire?
No, he goes, why is he screaming like that? Jean goes, he thinks he's on fire. Which, I love that exchange. Batman's like, right on. That's
cool.
great.
Got it.
I am so on board for this. Look, if you go to Metropolis, do not show this.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let him know you do.
But Diane's like, so you're John, you're my partner. My partner's a Martian. And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to make you forget.
Don't worry, I am the Bronze Wraith.
Yeah.
So,
wait, how many
is that
times has
better?
this happened?
right?
How many times have you flashed me with your
say
mind
probably-
whammy
Hey,
thing?
your flashy thingy thing.
Wait. Yeah, a couple.
Have you ever probed me before?
No. Come on, I'm not playing, John. So then he goes, well, anyway, I've knocked her out and wiped her mind. And Batman's like, so I guess it's the part where you make me forget. He goes, I could do that, but I'm not going to because you're cool. Batman's like, yeah. And you know
am
what?
cool.
Because you think I'm cool, I think you're cool. I'm not going to tell anybody that you're a Martian. Bye.
Yep.
This is the mystery solved.
So
Ta-da!
nothing changed,
book.
but we find out how they met.
Yeah,
it's nice.
it's the first meeting between Batman and Jon Jones, and it's way more affable than Superman and Batman.
They basically just get along the whole time.
The whole time.
There's just a little bit of like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah,
But
what's
it's
this all
not-
about? Which is fair.
Why are you dressed as me? Also, like, not me.
Right. It's cool.
No one tries to carry off the other one to jail.
Alfred, I got a great idea. We gotta give me a big, scary bat mask.
Big silicone mask on my face.
What?
Master Wayne.
I gotta learn this now.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them. You could be it too. You're just
I
so
am not.
close.
Yeah, I need like 5 guys to just run around the city in this horrible bat mask to cement the fact that I am like immortal and a monster.
Do me a favor, don't get shot, though, because
Yeah.
everyone thinks I'm bulletproof.
Oh yeah, by the way, I've also perpetuated the myth that I'm bulletproof. So, watch out for that. Anyway.
Very well, Master Wayne.
So, Tiffany, tell us about Swamp Thing.
Nice.
Swamp Thing.
this is
Do-do-do-do-do.
Duh.
The theme song to the Swamp Thing cartoon.
That
Thanks.
is,
You
yeah.
good now, though?
Yeah.
This is the Swamp Thing Giant Size Spectacular.
Yeah, it's part 2 of a Batman crossover.
This is it's not just this goes on for a while.
Yeah, it
longer.
is also
I know.
long. Yeah.
No. I meant like even
after
after.
this.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
this
Yeah.
issue. This
okay.
is issue 53, written by Alan Moore with
Oh.
art by John Tottleben.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Oh, that's me again. Here we are.
It is. It's Alan Moore doing his thing with Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to know is Gotham is under attack by Swamp Thing because his wife, woman,
Yeah.
almost wife,
Yeah, more or
love of
less.
his life,
Yes.
Abigail, is being held in Gotham because she's under arrest and she's going to be charged and put away because she has a relationship with Swamp Thing.
Yep.
Yep. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's indecent.
She's basically committing bestiality.
In like earlier
sodomy,
issues, like they passed some law in Washington or wanted to, and they made this happen so that they
yeah.
could arrest her. No, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And so-
Specifically to do that? Why?
Screw Swamp Thing.
Because they don't like Swamp Thing.
Well, there's actually like a whole like the
like
dude
him.
that's in here is part of a task force that's after Swamp Thing to get rid of him to
Oh, I see.
annihilate
So they
him.
set this whole thing up.
It's
Yeah.
kind of set up, and then it all.
And they
falls
know
apart.
and they know Gotham will really help.
Well,
Yeah.
she escapes to Gotham.
That's right.
Literally, like, she gets in trouble in the town she's in. She hops on a bus, takes a ticket, and goes to Gotham. She gets there. She's like, this is a mistake.
Yeah, you never escape to
She's
Gotham.
like, I probably should have gone to New York.
You
or
escaped from
Metropolis.
Gotham. Yep.
She literally has these thoughts. She asks some hookers for help. They all get arrested.
Stab her in the leg.
They all get arrested. And then the GCPD realize who they have and that she's wanted. And so, like, she's held until she can be extradited.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And so that's why Gotham's under attack. Gotham plays into this only because she fled
Went there. And then something's like, okay.
So he finds out about that and goes after her. And like he tries to get her out when she's like on trial there, and it totally fails. And so like she's like, no, just leave. It's like fine. I don't want you to hurt anybody. And so he just lays siege to the town. And by that I mean like he uses the green and like overtakes it with plant life. Where Poison Ivy is, I don't know.
I know.
But she should be like,
And they should be kind of used to this, where they're like, oh, geez.
This
Oh,
is
it's Poison
different.
Ivy.
Pay me again.
No. Very
This
different.
is very different because Swamp Thing is supernatural and has
Yes.
access to the green, so like it is like overwhelming what
Yeah.
he is capable of doing in this city.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Everything's-
grows and controls some plants.
He takes over. He like reverts the entire city to like
Yeah.
a kind of green utopia.
to like an Eden essentially,
Yeah.
and like traffic
Kind
is
of.
stopped, everything like nobody can get in or out of the city,
Yep.
like everything's going to hell, and like really it's funny because like he creates this scenario and then the citizens of Gotham kind of make it a nightmare scenario because some of them take to looting and pillaging
Yep.
and like hurting one another, and some of them are just way into this. They're like, this is awesome, like nature, this is
yeah,
cool.
they take off all their clothes. They're just like, yeah,
like,
get the drum line
They're
going.
hippies.
Yeah, exactly.
Drum circle?
Some circle, yeah.
No, the drum line.
It's fine, whatever. And
It's like a conga line.
basically, like Alec Holland, Swamp
AKA
Thing.
Swamp Thing.
His only
Oh no, we're not allowed to call him by his human name. That would exonerate her.
right. His only request is that he wants Abigail freed. He's
Yep.
like, if you do that, I'll leave.
Yeah.
I'm out. Just free
No,
her.
we'll never give in to
Well,
terrorists.
and that's really what it is, because
Yeah.
like Gordon and Bullock and Batman are all like, okay, but she committed a crime now, so like we have to adhere to the law. But Batman's kind of like,
But is it really a crime?
I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Gordon's like, look, I'm torn. The mayor's like jumping down like my throat here,
Yeah.
and like I need to save Gotham. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
And
At
he
the
is
end of the day.
attacking the city.
Yeah, so he's just like, we can't do this. Like we have to go by the book.
Yeah.
Like when the Joker attacks the city, do we give in to
Right,
him?
exactly.
Right.
Right. So
Well-
it's attacking the city,
Well,
you
but,
know.
like, that's a-
He's hurting people.
Yes, but that is a man who Batman can actually punch.
Yeah, and this is an
mean, you can-
elemental force.
You can
Yeah.
punch Swamp Thing.
Right. So
I don't know what it's gonna do.
meanwhile, Alec has like taken to like there's like these bountiful crops everywhere, but in particular there are these like tubers, these sweet potatoes, and like people get a hold of them when they eat them. It becomes this like psychedelic drug,
Freak out, man.
and like people really want them, and like it's like it hasn't made them violent. They're just like, cool, man, nature, earth, it's
yeah.
awesome.
feel my
Environmentalism that comes
hands.
up in this a lot. The environmental like it's Swamp Thing, so it's like.
It's about the environment.
Yeah, and in fact, I think the mayor references like that Ronald Reagan
Yes.
thing that's like, well, trees actually create more pollution than cars.
Yep.
Because like the mayor of Gotham's an idiot,
Yes. Yep.
if you were wondering.
I love that the news keeps going.
Yeah, the news
Yeah.
keeps going. They're reporting on all this. Batman's like, I gotta take to the streets. I have to like, I
gotta stop him.
I gotta stop him. I gotta test him. So he like,
he busts out this
he busts.
dope machine.
Yeah, basically like all these people, like a couple people try to get into Gotham. We see these hippies get in there.
they're
One,
also
attracting
one
like,
guy's
hippies,
like,
yeah.
cool. Like one time I had one of these potatoes. I gotta get more of them. I gotta get these potatoes, man.
I feel like the key export of Gotham is gonna be these psychedelic
Fucking
potatoes.
potatoes.
I'm gonna make. I'm not. Granted, I'm gonna make money, but I'm doing it so that I can get high
Yeah.
all the time.
So he is going there for that reason. There's this other
I
dude,
know, there's like a whole subplot about like this potato desperate man
like
and this other
Wallace
person.
Monroe, who feels really badly because his backstory is he used to work for a company that dumped toxic waste, and it messed up a lot of people, including his wife,
Mm-hmm.
who was pregnant, and so he left her, and the baby was born stillborn, and
Yeah.
the wife is like totally screwed with like cancer and all.
So
these
he
other-
feels bad.
So he's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I should go be part of this like area where there's like all this like environmentalism
things.
going on here,
Mm-hmm.
right? By the way, this hippie Chester, he's a guy.
Yeah, Chester shows up in the next
Chester
issue.
Williams goes on to
wow.
like run an environmental cause to help Swamp Thing, or like his whole cause, and like
Okay.
yeah. So Chester Williams.
That's amazing.
Chester gets his potatoes.
Anyway, so like all these people, these kids, like there's literally this sequence or this scene where like all these people are like having a good time, and like a kid shows up somewhere, and they're like,
Yes.
ah. But anyway, Swamp Thing is like, all right, I did this, and now I have to wait.
Just like I gotta wait. When
They're gonna give in.
They're gonna
and
give in.
But then he hears this like whirring, like this mechanical animal coming for him, and it's Batman in
Yep.
his like dope ass bat tank.
in his Captain Planet villain vehicle.
Oh no, it's the deforestation tank from Fern Gully.
It's
Yeah.
got two big circular saws that are like
Why do you have that? What is that for?
poison ivy.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I was also going to enter myself into Robot Wars, but they said I could not do it.
Yeah,
love it.
apparently you can't have a giant robot.
Yeah.
They have to be tiny.
It's so
That's
dope.
stupid.
He
Like-
blasted the thing, and then he comes up on the speakers. Can we talk?
Yeah. Is it? Hey, hey, be cool, man.
Yeah.
I just want to talk.
I just had to get to you.
I want to talk.
All the roads are covered.
How am I supposed to get?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have planes. You could have just like
Yeah.
flown in.
And
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's like, maybe.
Yeah, all right, man. Like, look, you're gonna give me my wife back?
It's like, no.
Okay, well then we've got nothing to talk about.
No, we
Like,
don't.
Negotiations have failed.
Yeah, so literally Batman jumps out and he has like what looks like a flamethrower, but it's really just like
Herbicidal?
yeah, it's an
It's a
herbicide.
defoliant of some
yeah,
kind.
and so
Yeah.
he attacks Swamp Thing. Now the nature of
Agent
Swamp Thing
Orange.
is that like
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's essence can like go from like body to body.
Yeah, he can make bodies.
Yeah, so like as this body dies, he leaves it and goes someplace else.
Yeah, I'm
He's
gonna grow
basically
something.
unkillable, and that's really cool,
Yeah.
right? Like very cool. And Batman's like, okay, I'm not used to this. So like he wins, and then he's just like, okay. And Batman goes, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, this is Alan Moore writing, and so like he really, I think, likes Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And, like, he's like, while this is like an environmentalist book, it's also kind of like a condemnation of like superheroes, because like from the world that superheroes are in, they say that he can't have the love of his life, and like this
Right,
woman's
yeah.
totally consensual about this. So Batman's kind of an idiot in this sometimes.
I think
He's a
it's-
fascist,
It's
you know.
pretty.
so-
I actually think that Batman isn't nearly as taken down a peg or two as some other writers have done. I think Alan Moore
That's
does.
true.
No,
like,
he does a
If
very-
you're a Batman fan, Batman's awesome and totally fair in this book.
Right.
If you're a Swamp Thing fan, Batman is a neat footnote in this book.
Right. I don't know, because I think this page in particular is like Batman's not quite up to task.
He does not look great,
because-
but
makes him look not that smart.
And I say that only because like Batman
He's unprepared.
can clearly take on guys. Like a physical fight really shouldn't be an issue for him.
Right.
And it totally is. And like we're left here with him like
well, because Swamp Thing makes like 17 more Swamp Things, and
Yeah.
they all beat the hell out of him.
right,
Yeah,
but
there's
Batman can
dogpile
also
Batman.
kill ninjas.
Right, but they are also like made of trees.
I'm just saying,
Like you punch it, I
No
guess
matter
nothing
how many
happens. I
things
don't
you
know.
destroy, they
literally-
keep coming.
Yeah.
This is an instance for me where it's like people like when they ask questions like who would win, this person or that person, who's the writer?
Yeah, if you're Alan
Yeah.
Moore, Swamp Thing
Swamp
beats
Thing's gonna
Batman.
win.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very easily.
Swamp
That's
Thing
true.
like inevitably like directly goes to the mayor, and like Bullock and Commissioner Gordon are there, and like he basically creates like the Legion of Doom in like, their office, and he's just like, give me my wife, like just give her to me,
He's very
and I will
simple.
leave. Like it's really that
He
simple.
communicates with people by like sending parts of himself in, and like they
And making
manifest.
constructs
Yeah, like
of
making things
himself.
out.
Hey, are you ready to do this yet? And they're like, oh shit!
Within Gotham, like a
it's
little
awesome.
cult of Swamp Thing is beginning to grow.
Yeah.
People are showing up, children, teachers, random folk who just are kind of into this, and they're just like, dude, I'm totally behind him.
Yeah, I wish there had been a scene where
I
like,
support the
Arkham
Swamp Thing.
gets into it.
We don't see,
we don't see
any
Arkham.
Arkham villains.
No,
at all.
which I
I'm
really
like-
appreciate.
I appreciate, but I'm also like,
That's too bad.
Well,
Really?
I would love the idea that Swamp Thing knows that those people are terrible. He's like,
Yeah, he
no,
grew more stuff around it.
yeah,
they're not getting out.
no.
Swamp Thing like sinks it into the earth.
Yeah, there.
I've solved your problems.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. So Swamp Thing gives him the ultimatum of like one more day, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
It's gonna
Dawn
get real
is-
bad for you.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get worse.
It's gonna get worse. Dawn, like, happens on that day, and Batman's hanging out with Gordon and Bullock, and it really is like they've built like an army. Like the National Guard is there. They're like, I think we're good. I think we're gonna have firepower. And Batman's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, that guy beat the hell out of me.
But I'm Batman. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, honestly, like maybe we should just release her. What crime has she honestly committed?
Right.
And like Gordon's like, it's really not that simple. Like, I have to deal with these political assles. Like Batman, you're outside of this, but like,
Yeah.
I'm
Gordon
constrained
basically
by
is
the
kind of
law.
like,
Yeah.
that would be so much easier if
Yes.
we could just do
It
that.
wouldn't it be great if we all could just duck the law? But literally,
Right.
I'm Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, I have to do this. And while this is going on, like everybody's like hitting insects, and all of a sudden they realize that like Swamp Thing has increased the like floral nectar and scents in the area, and like they're just descended upon by mosquitoes and
It's
bees.
like a plague.
Yep. It's awesome.
And Batman just yeah, he literally goes
He's
to his
prepared for
utility belt and
everything,
just,
yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
There
you go.
He sprays Bullock with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here you go, buddy.
You,
There
you
you
go.
two guys are good, but everyone else.
But we are all gonna get malaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
then, like-
completely unperturbed by this.
But then Batman, like, and this is where, for me, it's another instance of, like, Batman being, like, kind of cool, being like, look, we have to give up this fight. But then he just starts listing random things that,
Oh,
like,
I
Swamp
know.
Thing can do. And I'm like, what? He's just like, what about the botanical gardens? There's all these, like, poisonous things in there. Like this, and that, and this, and that, and redwoods. And then a giant Swamp Thing shows up.
Oh my
which
God, and
admittedly is creepy and cool.
It's amazing.
It's like a spectacular design because,
Yep.
of course, Swamp Thing can't just be a giant tree man. He has to be a tree man that has like canopies, and there's clearly
Yep.
like birds living in
Yeah.
him and all that.
and like a horrible rib cage, and
Yeah.
he's like in an agonizing scream.
Yep.
Face.
Face.
Yeah,
Yep.
permanent screen face.
don't know. Can you imagine being in the commune? You're like, oh man, this is fucking dope. Oh my god!
He made himself teeth.
Yeah, out of like
Why?
wood.
At
Yeah.
a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Tree
At a
trunk
tree trunk.
teeth. Yep.
So basically,
amazing.
he's just like,
'Cause it's
I
horrifying.
want her
Yeah.
back. When
What
he
are you not getting
just
about
give
I want her?
to me. I don't know if you understand this, but like things could get worse.
Yeah.
He starts like,
See?
he's like, look, he's like, there are plants in your reservoir. In your intestines, there are flora.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
give her back.
Yeah, these are the outside
Then-
things I could do
Then
to
he
you.
leaves the construct, which then immediately dies, and Batman's like, we have to move. Right now.
To leave.
This whole thing's coming down, and it does. And so then, like,
Quick, get in my tank.
Batman's like, I need to see the mayor right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Batman gets into like a whole like fight with the mayor, basically being like, you're an idiot, and if you don't let him let this go and let her go, like
We're gonna lose Gotham.
Gotham's
Yeah.
over. Either you have to evacuate
win.
or you have to let her go. That is it.
Yeah, those
Gotham
are
is
our options.
dying, and I'm watching my city die, and I won't let that happen.
Yeah.
And he's like, honestly, at the end of the day, if you're gonna put your foot down here, then you're gonna have to arrest a whole lot of other people.
Yeah, because I got files on all kinds of aliens and other
Like, and
otherworldly
he's like,
beings.
he mentions like, like Metamorpho, I
Yeah,
think,
Metamorpho.
and Hawkman, and don't forget about the one who's in Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
know,
think that guy ain't
that
doiking
guy?
the lady at the Daily Planet?
And like all of a sudden the mayor's like,
Right, because that's
Oh.
also like, we don't want to also bring the reign of like the destruction of Superman down on us. Like,
Right.
what if we declare war on him too?
right. And
Yeah.
like, here's the thing, like Batman's kind of using that like as like, he's just like that. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know that.
Superman's not
But
gonna
like,
do that.
I also know the mayor's
Well,
an idiot.
right.
Well, also like maybe it makes it clear to the mayor what you're doing. Because like Superman is an alien too. I know he looks like a dude.
Right.
He
Yeah.
doesn't look gross like Swamp Thing, but he is an alien.
Yes.
Right.
So
Try and arrest him, I dare you.
Yeah,
Well,
go
And
for it.
also,
it's
like,
like-
your law is dumb.
It's like hypocritical because you think it's okay for Superman to like be in a relationship. Like implicitly
Right.
you think that's fine, but that's only because of the way he looks.
Yes.
Exactly.
But technically he is an alien. So,
So-
like what about that?
So the mayor gets in touch with Washington D.C. and they basically like revoke the whole thing and
Yeah.
it's over and it's
Yeah.
fine. And like Swamp Thing, while this whole conversation is going on, he can like sense the changing atmosphere. Like for a minute he thinks that there's danger, and then he realizes after Batman gets through to him, everything's cool and it's all gonna be okay.
Right.
While this has all been going on, this dude showed up.
I know.
He's there to get Swamp Thing. And in this issue, he spends like $10 million to get 10 minutes with Lex Luthor to find out how to defeat Swamp Thing. And there's this great conversation between the two of them all in shadow where like he's like, no, Swamp Thing's not invulnerable. And he's just like, you don't know about invulnerable.
Right. I fight an invulnerable thing all the time.
I don't think you know.
Swamp Thing is not.
He's just like, here's your thing. He like resonates on this frequency. If you hit him with this, it'll like stop him being able to basically leave his form and go to the next one, and you'll be able to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, sweet. And he like stops the meeting in like 9 minutes and 34 seconds. And he's just like, I didn't get my full 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm leaving you time to write the check. Luther leaves. And I'm like, you're such a jerk.
But he's
Such a
great.
jerk.
Solid.
It's, yeah.
So then Batman comes to Swamp Thing and he's just like, be at the courthouse at this time. It's over. Like, and he's just like, cool, thanks. Batman goes, by the way, if you ever do this in my city again, I will kill you.
My city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Swamp Thing's like, I believe you might.
I believe you might try.
No, he says,
No, I know.
He says,
Yeah.
but he says, I believe you might. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like, no, you're right. If I push you again,
You're
Yeah.
not
you're
gonna.
gonna find a way.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
brought out a big tank last time.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
pretty smart.
I'm pretty sure you didn't try as hard as all that.
You didn't. You believed in what I was doing, and you still
Yeah.
fought me.
That was
Yeah.
why.
That's the thing. Like, Swamp Thing is a villain in this book, and
In his own book.
right. Like, that's the thing. Like, if anyone else did this, and the bargaining wasn't like, I want to fly in the face of some dumb law.
Yeah.
Like, I want, like, ice cream for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
He
You're
holds
the villain.
He holds an entire city
At
hostage.
ransom, and-
Yeah.
Now,
for
for
one person.
all good reasons.
Yes, but Batman is like.
But it shouldn't have been Batman City. That was the
No, but I love that, and it's like if you wanted to make Batman look like a dope, you don't have that scene where he says like, "Hey, like I fought for you, and
Yeah.
you're getting what you want, but if you do this again, it's
Yeah.
over."
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
So then everyone shows up at the courthouse. Like the news is there, and they're like, will like Swamp Thing actually show up? And he does. And he's like,
And they're like, I wish he wouldn't.
why? Why couldn't you just come out? You could have done that over there where nobody saw
Right,
you
you
and
could've
then
just
walked
walked
in.
up
There's
like a
trees
person.
everywhere. You could have just come out of any one of them.
No,
I had to
What?
see you form.
Why would I
That's
do
not
that?
pretty.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. So then Abigail comes out. They have this really touching moment where like she's just like, and they run at each other and they embrace and it's very lovely. And all this time, dude's up there with like the thing that's gonna disrupt his frequency, and he's like, wait for it, and then shoots him, and he's like, oh. And she's like, Alec, you've been shot. Get out of here. Like, something's wrong. Like, this isn't right. You have to get out of here. And he's like, I can't.
Yeah.
And he realizes that he's not able to leave his body like he normally would. And he also is having a hard time thinking. And that's about the time the dude's like, load the napalm.
Yep.
And-
We're gonna torch the entire city.
and then literally in front of like all of like his hippie friends, children, the media, they just napalm Swamp Thing. Batman comes-
luckily, just Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
really
napalm
thought
was
she
so
was going to get
precise.
incinerated.
very targeted napalm.
Yeah,
that they use.
it's
But
like a
Batman
small
does
canister.
come up and like
Yeah.
grab her.
Yeah.
Get her out of there.
Yeah, so
I really
'cause
thought
she
she was
tries
going
to
to
run
die.
for him. She tries to help him. It's like he's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fireproof?
What are you
She is
going
not.
to do?
Okay. So yeah, Swamp Thing dies,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it.
and the end.
Yep.
Yeah. And the next issue is just her trying to get over it.
Yeah, and they have like a funeral in Gotham.
Yeah.
And like Commissioner Gordon like offers to like pay for all this stuff, and eventually she decides to come back for the funeral, and
Yep.
like they erect a statue of Swamp Thing, and then like Batman gives a speech
Yeah.
and offers her the opportunity to do the same.
Yeah. He doesn't die.
He doesn't
They ought to
die.
just plant a
He
tree.
goes into
Of course.
space.
What?
Goes into space?
So anyway, that was Swamp Thing.
How does he go into space?
So that'll be a story for another time. We got
that-
3 books. They all have Batman in them. Which one's the good? Which one's the bad? Which one's the ugly?
Swamp Thing's the good.
I
Swamp
think
Thing's
Swamp
the
Thing's
good.
the
Alan Moore wins.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sorry.
what?
We're not going to be a bunch of contrarian jackasses
No.
who are like, yeah,
No, it's a great
I
book.
think John Byrne
No.
beats Alan Moore.
Well,
Like,
'cause not only that, but like Swamp Thing, yes, it takes place in Gotham, but when you said earlier that Batman overshadows, in this book he doesn't.
no, Batman's
Right.
a cameo in the book.
He's actually it's like
Cameo in
look,
his own city.
Yeah.
literally this story took us to Gotham, and then of course Batman had to show. It's in Gotham.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to show up.
But it's a Swamp Thing book.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, regardless of the superior writing, the premise of a cameo, Swamp Thing wins.
Yeah, it wins the premise and the fact that it's
Yeah, it
actually
looks
the best
good.
comic.
The art looks really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah, it
actually
looks
I like the
fantastic.
Mandrake art a little better.
I like the art in this because that's what Swamp Thing looks like.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
art
I
for
know,
Swamp
I know. I like that like noir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the art actually is
Feel-
perfectly suited for all 3 books.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is very atmospheric
Yes.
And
Yeah.
this is very trippy.
and well done.
And
yeah.
this is silly.
That being said, I do love the designs in this better because
Oh, you get like a crazy ass Swamp Thing
Those
looks.
Swamp
all the
Things.
different versions of him.
It beats the man bat that Jean becomes. But
That thing's just hilarious, and like I'm so glad that we saw that.
oh yeah, no, I'm glad we got a
I'm
chance
so
to do that.
thankful,
really
and like I
fun.
love that John just
He's like, I'm gonna go for
misunderstands
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So by extension, I mean, like obviously, Man of Steel's the ugly.
yeah.
What?
For me, it's definitely the ugly.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's dumb. Like this is in a
It
world.
has some really nice moments.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like it's.
But Magpie's the villain.
but,
sorry,
like,
Magpie's
I think
the
they
villain.
want to make it a joke. Like,
Oh yeah, it's definitely like tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
wink wink.
but in
kind of book.
this is in the time of like Batman Year One, Dark Knight Returns,
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then we're like, Herpeter.
And I'm sorry,
It's supposed to be more serious, and then it's like,
this cover is just garbage. It's literally
That
a
cover
pan. It's a
sucks.
That's a
panel.
panel from the book.
and a horrible like rendering of
Yeah,
Batman.
no, that is the worst.
Yeah.
Terrible.
This is just so
Yeah.
not good. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like,
The art in it is not fun.
I
Yeah,
love it.
the-
But I'm a John Byrne.
You are a John Byrne fan.
apologist, so
It's
I
very
like.
classic looking art.
oh
Yes.
yeah. It's
And
very
I do like the Batman design.
Yeah, and I rarely see John Byrne's Batman, and
No,
I like
and, like-
seeing it. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
like you said. It's very suited
for the tone of the
for
story.
the tone
Yeah.
of
The tone of the story is that people are dying because this woman is crazy
Yeah.
because she needs pretty
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, but it's also like,
But it's also like-
but it's also like
but
hokey
she's, like,
and
goofy.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
And,
it's the first time
Yeah.
Batman and
Character.
Superman meet. It should be a little silly.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be fighting Darkseid.
a man's head is blown off from a stick of dynamite
Yeah.
being shoved in his mouth.
Yeah,
that to
like-
me is not hokey.
Yeah, that's like Marvin the Martian defeated him.
Yeah,
Like,
which
Yeah.
is
It's
which
like
is
hokey
funny
but
because,
dark.
You
Yeah.
know, Martian Manhunter and Marvin the Martian met up.
That's
so,
right.
You know, I'm telling you.
but no,
Link.
I think this is just a solid. It has a more. I don't know.
This is fine. At the end of
is
the day,
fine.
I would rather read more Swamp Thing.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
In any other episode, this would be the good.
Yes.
But it's Alan Moore. I'm sorry,
Yeah, he
and it's
would.
not just because like, oh, Alan Moore wrote it, so obviously I'm
No,
gonna
no,
give it to him.
he's
No,
a
'cause
good writer.
there's
He
other
earned it with a
things.
great book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as he normally would.
Yeah. And I think this is a solid book.
Yeah.
Like I think it's fun, and it's
On
part of
some days, this would be the good.
I agree. Oh, easily.
Some days,
Yes.
not this day.
No, not this.
No,
day.
it is not this.
Yeah, and it would usually never be the ugly.
No. So,
but
but
in this
only by
particular
default.
lineup-
Only with 3 criteria, that's all we get.
Yeah.
But no wrong box today. But I'm
No.
very happy to say we finally did an Alan Moore book on this show.
I know, and it's Swamp Thing. We finally did
Yeah.
Swamp
Yeah, we've
Thing.
never done Swamp Thing. And if you want to check out more Swamp Thing, there's a series on DC
which
Universe,
I'm super excited.
yeah, and it got canceled. There you have it, everybody. We want to thank you so much for hanging out with us, and of course, checking out this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Let us know in the comments down below what other themes you'd like to see on the show, and we'll try them out. I don't know. I'm looking
Maybe
forward to it.
if they're good.
Yeah.
And they're not horseshit.
Yeah, if
Right?
they're stupid. We're not
Come
gonna
on,
do
yo.
them.
Thanks, Alan.
All right, then. We'll see you guys next time. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Tiffany.
So long.